it's Sandra Sunderlage, the third chapter, and I am doing a combined week 15 and 16. We're at the end of week 16. I didn't do a video for week 15 because very little happened. The reason being is that we were waiting for the shower tile, which had to be reordered because the first order that came in was the wrong color. And it took its sweet time to arrive. Actually, it didn't arrive until just a few days ago, so the guys boogied and got it in the shower stall. And it is really beautiful, and I'm sure you'll really enjoy seeing that. But in addition to all of that, as you can see, we've got our little lights on. I've turned the electricity on for this video so that you can see exactly where we are in this process. We are almost a month out, and we do have another full week of work. But anyways, let's just take a look and see what's happened the past 2 weeks. Nothing is new here, except for the lights now work. And we will be getting gravel in this coming week. So all this will have received gravel. So as you can see, finally, this area has been cleaned up of debris. And so what that means is that next week we will be able to lay down some gravel in this area. Now, one thing that still needs to happen is we still need to pop this top off of the cleanup because I'm insistent on seeing that everything has been connected correctly, and I want to see a flush out done to make sure that everything is running clear into the septic system over there. Once that's done, the septic system will be sealed, a handle will be installed on the access panel. And then I'm going to have the guys put some of that dark gray Kimi color on top of this so that it appears to be like a patio space. And I've been kind of looking at different types of patio furniture that I can put out here, maybe just a little cafe table, umbrella stand or something. I can also do some potted plants. So, okay, so I'm going to go inside the casita. And I haven't turned lights on yet, so let me do that now. So here we are. Here's the kitchen. The kitchen hasn't changed a whole lot since the last time you saw it, except that we do now have working lights. And we have a working air conditioning unit. And as you can see, we still do not have this beam painted. But that will happen this week as well. The painter needs to come in and do a lot of touch-up. As you can see, there's lots of marks and stuff that he needs to go over. Now I can't remember the last time what was going on with these closets, but as you can see, there has been quite a bit of carpentry work that's been done. The carpenter came and started to install just the door frames and doors, but then we discovered that actually the dimension in this closet where the washer and dryer are supposed to go wasn't deep enough. So Carlos said that he could recess the faucets back into the wall to give us some more room. Right now they're sticking out about 6 inches or 15 centimeters. And really what I need total is about, about 70, 75. Anyway, so what the carpenter did is he actually went back and created a frame here. You can see it's a different color wood, and this will all be matching once they're all done. So he actually pushed this and he extended out the door frames, which actually were going to be recessed inside the closet, but then we had to push everything out to gain us about, it looks like we've got about 75 here. That's about 3 inches in centimeters. The door will rest here. And so he built a whole frame, as you can see, which actually at the end of the day is going to look pretty handsome once it's all said and done. So it kind of look like a big paneled wall, which is going to be pretty nice. So on the right is where the washer and dryer goes, and then we have this beam, and so on the left, so that door for the washer and dryer will be full height, and then on the left is where the actual clothes closet is, and you can see they've already installed the clothes rail. And then this shelf down here actually is going to be going down here about 30 centimeters or 12 inches off the floor. That'll give me a couple of layers for, guess what? Zapatos or shoes. So I think that'll be kind of convenient. I mean, you could put zapatos at the bottom and your purse and whatever on, you know, on the shelf, but I think that'll be a pretty nice little thing to have, pretty convenient. So then the piece de la resistance is the shower tile. Let me turn the lights on. I'll let that light adjust. Isn't that gorgeous? It's kind of an aqua color. It's variegated, and we put it on a vertical. It's like a subway towel, which we put on a vertical in a running bond. And Chico did a great job. Now what they've done is they got that done, and then Friday, they actually poured the pan, and they need to come back and actually do the white concrete finish. And that's all I'm going to do in here is just white concrete finish, floor, and then the tile. And then as you can see, I'm so glad we put this where we did, because we have that skylight which has been here since I bought the place, and we're putting it to good use, because it really, even with the lights off, you can see you still have a beautiful kind of color. I love this color. I think it's gorgeous. Next week we anticipate getting the shower panel, the shower screen I should say, installed, and that'll go next to the toilet and here at the edge of where the shower pan ends. So that'll go right there, and it'll come out about, I don't know, what is that, about 90, looks like? Yeah, that's 36 inches. That'll be just enough to keep water from splashing on the toilet. Otherwise, we are still waiting for the last minute stuff. The shower fan still has not been installed, and then we need the shower head to be installed, and then I've got a backlit mirror that's going to go here. It'll be round. So that's it for this room, and I'm pretty excited about that bathroom. It's going to be really sweet. Now, one thing I wanted to point out to you guys is that in the past week and a half, 2 weeks, I've noticed that this discoloration is coming up from the floor, and it's kind of a bluish color. To you, it probably looks black, but I asked Carlos about this, and he kind of scratched it, and he said, well, maybe once we power wash it, we could bleach it and see if it comes up, but I'm going to give him some bad news. If it doesn't come up, I'm going to have this redone, because I'm not going to accept all this. This is just kind of, it's really unfortunate. And it's happening here in the kitchen too, so I'm not sure if it's something that the guys actually placed on the floor, bags of something. I don't know, but we'll see what happens with this. There's still, jury's out. Okay, so like I said, Monday, the carpenters are coming back to install doors and the cabinetry for the kitchen and the vanity. And they're also going to put a shelf up above the sink. And then that'll be pretty ready. I'm going to shut the lights off in here. Oh, I'll shut them off over here too. I'm an energy conserver. It's so nice to have air conditioning in here. I'll leave that on for the time being. We've got our box all installed, and I've turned everything on, and as you can see, everything is running beautifully. It's so nice to have this back area cleaned up. It was really kind of driving me bongos. So even this area, remember all that junk that was in the back corner? It's pretty much cleaned up. There's just a few things that are kind of still hanging. Okay, so now we're going up the stairs. You can kind of see the little lights here. Yordi still has a lot of things to pick up. He's waiting, I think, until everything else has been completed, and then he'll probably come in for a last sweep. Okay, so here we are up here. Now, the last video I took, we had a real problem with rainwater getting under the frame and backing into the studio. And so the window guys came on week 15, and they put a couple of beads of sealer at the door frame, 3 spots, inside, outside, and in between. And then Edgar actually tweaked the downspout. He took the end of it off. So now, you know, if there's a huge rainstorm, a lot of water can go out the end of it as well as down. And those two measures did the trick. So now I don't have any more problems with leakage. Now you can see the floors in here are looking great. I mean, they're just pristine white. I just love this look, and that's why I want downstairs to look like this. Okay, so in week 15, late week 15, Edgar built this little concrete sink for me. And this is just a utility sink, so it didn't have to be anything too special. So they just did it out of concrete block, and then they did the white concrete finish on it, which will be sealed. But as you can see, we've got the sink that's going to go on top of this. So most of the top will be covered by the sink and the drain board on the sink. And then I'm going to do another one of those Glacier Bay faucets that I bought at Home Depot. So there's a little shelf under here that'll be convenient, and then over here on this space I can do like a trash can or something. And as you can see, we've got a lot of touch-up work. The painter's got to come back because once they built this thing, and I kind of wish they had built it weeks ago, but sometimes you keep hounding, and things just don't happen the more you hound, and then if you lay off, then it happens. I'm just, noting these things. And so that's about it for this last 2 weeks. So what we're looking at going forward is next week. I think we can wrap it up. I'm hoping we get things gravelled. It'll be gravelled, and then they'll power wash and seal the floors and hopefully clean up that black discoloration downstairs. Carpenters will be in tomorrow to finish up their job. The window guys will have to come in at some point quickly to put in that shower screen. And then Yordi, he needs to come in. There's some electrical things to pick up, and there's also some plumbing things. He needs to move the on-demand hot water tank to under the stair. So there's quite a few things for Yordi to do, do the clean out, flush, but we are about there, and I think we can wrap this up in a week, barring anything going wrong with the floors. So that means that I will be moving in maybe next weekend, with any luck, and then they can start phase 2B, which will be to start to demo out that door in that whole hallway, the window back there, to make it large enough for a sliding door, and start that whole little mini phase, which will go until about mid-October. I need about 6 weeks. I might have a house guest come in, so that's kind of that's the window I gave Carlos to see how much more we could get done before she arrives. So anyway, we are finally making a lot of progress and moving towards a finality of this whole thing. It's been quite a process, but it's been interesting. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about construction methods that are done really differently than they are in the States or even Asia, and I've learned a lot about working with foreign nationals and what the best way to communicate, and it's been quite of an experience. I've enjoyed it. I will see you next week.